precious grandparents. Hello, my name is Valerie Allegratia Pardede from IPEKA Balikpapan. I'm going to tell you about a love story of my grandparents. I have a grandpa whose name is Paksana Ginting and a grandma Tati Karniati. The story started when my grandpa was 17 years old. He left Kabanjahe, our hometown in North Sumatra, to continue his education in Bandung, University of Parahyangan. Before he left, he asked permission from my great-grandparents. He was given permission with only one condition. Paksana, do not fall in love or get married while you are studying, said my great-grandparents. We want you to focus on studying and finish your bachelor degree. It's all for your future. Okay, I promise, said my grandpa. So my grandpa left Medan by boat and arrived in Bandung, found his boarding house and started his study, up until he met my grandma in the neighborhood and fell in love at first sight. They started dating and went serious, but their love was rejected by both sides of the family. My grandpa was confused. He really loved her, but he was afraid of his parents too. What should I do? Said my grandpa. One day, my grandpa secretly decided to leave his girlfriend. He took a water trip to Medan. When he was on the ship, he missed my girlfriend, and he realized that he shouldn't leave her. I shouldn't run away, said my grandpa. He canceled his ticket and got back to Bandung right away, and left his best friends who was in the boat with him. Win your love, his friend cried loudly. My grandpa met Tati and said sorry to her. I will never leave you ever again, said my grandpa. Their love grew stronger day by day. Despite their difference, they knew that they cannot be separated anymore. Later on, my grandpa decided to marry my grandma without the presence of their parents. They both loved their parents, but they loved each other too. My grandpa broke the promise of not falling in love or marrying someone while studying. As my great-grandparents had expected, taking care of family while studying was very hard for my grandpa. He had to work, study, and spend time with his family. Our parents were right, but we cannot regret everything. We can do this together, said my grandma to my grandpa. With the love of each other, they become stronger than before. My grandpa did his very best for his studies and families. He couldn't get the bachelor degree, but he successfully got his diploma. Then my grandpa took my grandma and their son back to Kabanjahe to ask my great-grandparents for their blessings for their marriage. Seeing my grandpa back home with a wife and a son made my great-grandparents happy. My great-grandparents finally gave their blessing for my grandpa and my grandma. My great-grandparents had very big love for my grandpa. I'm sorry I couldn't get my bachelor degree, said my grandpa. That's okay, finding you here is healthy is enough for us, said my great-grandparents. Because of my grandpa missed his bachelor degree, then my great-grandpa told my grandpa to name his son Sarjana Ginting. So my grandpa was called Bapa Sarjana ever since. And now with 5 sons, 1 daughter, 17 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren, they live happily in Medan, surrounded by our love and their never-ending love as well. Grandpa is 80 and Grandma is 78 years old. My 5 uncles and their families live near them. They spend time every day together and never stop calling us by video call. We miss each other so much. And I pray every day for their happiness for their health and happiness. And I knew that I'm lucky that I was born in a family that is full of love. Love is a great thing. It conquers fear, darkness, and difference. No matter what we do, with love we can do many great things, even the impossible one. Thank you. God bless you.